You and I have both been brought up with comfort being the norm. 2 years ago, I was completely addicted to video gaming and scrolling. This year alone, I broke free of that golden prison cell, and now I make automatic progress and will teach you how to do the same. Look, we've all heard that comfort breeds complacency and that complacency kills the man. But what comfort really does is it forms a prison cell which you yourself furnish and then you walk into it. It's the prison cell made of gold. There's no bars, there's no locks. It's just Uber Eats and TikTok. And if you look around you, all of the population, they've all built their own golden prison cell using the creature comforts that they want. And it all starts at an early age. You see these kids with their sticky hands like touching their iPads and stuff, watching Baby Shark or whatever. What different is that to the adult who comes home depressed from work, doing something which isn't aligned with their purpose, just so they can sit down and just start tapping the TV remote, watch half a series in a singular evening, ruin their sleep for the next day, make it so that they're not motivated to go to the gym? Am I talking about someone else or am I talking about you? This video is like me handing you the key to the prison cell. And look, you want the blueprint to get out of the prison and then the roadmap to where you want to actually go. I will hold your hand and walk you through that. Check the link in the description. It's the full program that I'm putting together personally with everything I know about getting disciplined and getting jacked, because it changed my life and it will change your life too. Check it out, bro. We've all heard that your body is like the vehicle that carries the soul. It's like an antenna giving out a signal. Your soul is trying to give out the signal, but by destroying the antenna that is your body, you've destroyed the signal that your soul can give out. Every video you scroll, every TV episode you watch, every single game that you play, it's like you're destroying the signal that your soul is trying to emit out into the universe, emit out into the world. You see flashes of your highest self, the highest version of you. You even sometimes act through the highest version of yourself when you hit a PR in the gym, when you work for the most amount of time that you could have, and you produce something that's actually valuable, something that you are proud of. That every single time you see that daydream of what you really want, every single time you see the daydream of what you could become, your potential, that's like your soul. It's like shouting at you. It's yearning for you to act through that timeline with you, align yourself to that version of you. But then you just grab the pacifier and put it in. You tell your soul to basically shut up with your actions. You don't do it knowingly, but with your actions, you've pacified it. You've neutered yourself. Your soul wants to escape the golden prison, but you keep walking back in. You're being handed the keys, but you refuse. You know that you've got potential, and you know that you could make it, bro. You know that you could achieve your goals. You could have that physique. You could get that job. You could get that promotion and start working your way up. Start becoming the man that you want to become. Become a master of your domain. But how could you expect to do this when you keep aligning with the timeline that is leading you down the path of destruction? Look, this is proven by quantum physics, yeah? Look at the microcosm that is the quantum world. When you shoot electrons at a wall and you aim it directly, you shoot in the middle, so they don't all appear in the middle. They form so you shoot it here, they form a wave. They form a probability wave. It's called wave-particle duality. It's a field in quantum mechanics, and I ain't going to go into the science of it, but I'll tell you what it means for you. There's a probability that you aim right here, you shoot the electron here, you literally shoot it right here, but it ends up here. There's a probability that you shoot it here and it ends up here. It most likely will end up here because that's where you've aimed it, so the probability is highest of it ending up here. And in the quantum field, they say that for every probability of where that electron could land, a new timeline is created. Now, what does that imply? If we are made up of those same atoms, yeah, then a new timeline is created for every choice that we have. Think of it like a fork in a tunnel, in a cave. And you've got a choice of which way you're going to go. It's going to determine the rest of your life. Every single choice, every miniature, micro choice that you have to make determines the rest of your life. You are then walking down, you're not walking down a path, you're walking down a timeline. And your soul, the signal, is so strong that it will still sometimes show you the timeline you could be on. And you still refuse to take action that aligns you to it. If you keep scrolling, gooning, watching TV all day, eating bad food, not hitting the gym, not doing any good, conducive habits to your goals, if you don't transform yourself, yeah, your mind, your body, you're going to be 35 years old, looking 55. You've got kids that don't respect you. You've got a wife who's fat. You're not leading your household down the correct path because you couldn't do that for yourself. How are you going to do that for your household, your family? You're going to be miserable, man. And I don't want that for you. Like, I see it around me. at work, at uni. Like, I see the result of the bad habits. Like, it is quite literally, you pick the wrong prong of the fork enough times and you go down the wrong timeline enough times, you're obviously going to end up with the correct result, isn't it? That's conducive to what you just done. You've just chosen the wrong path thousands of times in a row, the wrong choices thousands of times in a row, you're going to end up with that outcome in it. You could choose today to collapse the reality of the bad habit outcomes. You could choose today to say no to at least one bad habit and then replace it with a good one. And every time you do that, you just increase the probability. Yeah, remember the probability. You just increase the probability of you landing on a good choice anyway, because your subconscious mind has now been programmed to do the correct things. And then eventually you're on the timeline that I just described, 35 looking 55, rubbish family, rubbish outcome, working on something you don't even like. Look, you'll remove yourself from that timeline. If you keep switching enough times and you keep making the correct choices, that timeline, it ceases to exist. It vanishes, and now you're only left with the good options. That's why you hear disciplined people like me saying, I can automatically make progress. It feels like I don't even get negative thoughts. It's so easy for me to build muscle, to build my mind, to start seeing good results at uni, start seeing good results at work. Socially, people start liking you more. You start making more friends, more plans. You're not a hermit in your room playing PlayStation anymore. You're the guy who people want to be around. I want the same for you. Collapse the reality that the bad habits lead to. Because today it's a bit of Uber Eats. Tomorrow it's a kid who's on his iPad and now you can't control him. Today it's 2 hours on TikTok. Tomorrow it's a wife that you don't love because she's got fat, because you've set a bad example. Look, discipline saved my life. It got me jacked, my dream career, upgraded my mindset into iron. Bro, I'm unfazed by negativity, and I completely switched timelines. I was on the path to disaster. And if you want to get serious as well, hit the link below for the exact same thing, where I will hold your hand and walk you through what you need to switch timelines and become the guy that you need to become. Start achieving your goals, start getting disciplined, get jacked, get that iron mindset. Get in the link in the description. Let's go, bro. Work hard, sweat or regret.